Talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped out the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe right to the go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a Woozier. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing his thing for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samaji will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up.
What do we say, dog? They gotta play us! That's right, they gotta play us. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Home, don't forget this, home of the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,342 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter X and you have not subscribed to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got a question you want to ask, in my opinion, the greatest running back in Bengals history, Corey Dillon, give me a super chat. If you got some stuff you want to rant about, get ticked off about the game, give me a super chat. Or if you just want to support the show, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know, we hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. If you want any of the Jackpot Joey gear, like this nice hat, the jerseys, the banners, any of that stuff, go to jackpotjoey9.com. If you want the beer, it's at Brink Brewery. Portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund and the Joe Burrow Foundation. What is up to everybody in the chat? You got a whole bunch. We got 21 people in there watching right now. Strangers in there. LaShan? I think I said it. Brad's in there. I like Bacon's in there. Greg's in there. Holmes is in there. Ross is in there. What is up, guys? All right. This did not go the way we wanted it to, but we are here for you. I got a great bunch of guests here. Let's get the Bengals captain first. What is up, Cap?
Man, that sucked.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, let's get the big sandwich here. I don't like the button. What's up, Greg?
Nothing much. How y'all doing?
Could be better. Could be better. But let's get to the man, like I said, who I think is the best running back in Bengals history, who deserves to be in the Bengals Ring of Honor. I'm pushing for it. He's Corey Dillon. Let's get to him. Corey, what is up, my man?
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
How are you, buddy?
Hey, I can't complain. It wouldn't matter.
Nobody listening, right?
Hey, nobody will listen or care. Absolutely.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of people complaining about the game yesterday, but I mean, we kind of talked a little bit off the air. We sucked. Like, there's no other way to put it. We just played awful yesterday, and we looked like we hadn't played a game since, February.
Well, it's the first game, man. There's no need to fret. I just think the timing was off just a little bit, and that could be due to just coming back from that calf injury, man. Joe's a beast, man. He's gonna get it corrected and quick. So I wouldn't worry about this first game at all.
Yeah, exactly. What do you guys got, Cap? Greg, what's your thoughts?
Go ahead, Greg.
Like Corey just said, first game of the year, very kind of similar to last year. I'm not worried. Cleveland, they want to celebrate like a Super Bowl. Go right ahead. We got bigger expectations. Just moving on to Baltimore. Just keep moving forward is all I'm going to say.
What do you got, Cap?
I'm not worried either. But then again, I never worry because they've got the character, they've got the leadership, they've been here before, they know what to do. No, I don't want to lose to the Browns, especially with those fans chirping, because they don't know what they're chirping about. They've never won anything. They've never been anywhere. We got to hear about championships nearly back when they were wearing leather helmets.
Oh, right.
I'm like, come on. It sucks that we lost to the Browns for whatever reason. They have our number, but I won't even say that because weird things happen. We got rain. We got Burrow coming off a calf injury. Maybe, everybody's talking about him and the thumb. He kept making a fist and kind of, did he jam his thumb? I have no idea. He doesn't talk. He does not divulge that information. So for whatever reason, bad things happen when we play the Browns. And every time we get whooped, we end up going to the AFC Championship game. So let's go.
Hell yeah. As I said, we started out 0-2 last year and ended up winning the division. I don't recommend that. I want to get that number 1 seed and have them come to the jungle and play here. But there's really not a whole lot we could say. The Browns just whooped us. I mean, our offensive line unfortunately looked bad. I mean, Myles Garrett is a beast. They moved him all over the place. The throws were off. It just, like I said, it just looked like we hadn't played since Kansas City. I mean, I don't know what else you can say about it. It was rainy. The ball was wet. It is what it is, guys. We got to move on to Baltimore.
Yeah. Browns fans will make the excuse. Well, they won't make the excuse. They'll point out that, hey, Deshaun played in the same weather. Deshaun looked bad too.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't have a good game. I mean, it wasn't like he played
exactly. Great. He just got lucky that, there were a couple of guys wide open. All it takes in a game like that's that close is a couple of plays. And those couple of plays broke their way. Here we are.
So, Corey, what's it like to try to run the ball in a game like that? Just at least to hold on to it as what it was. I think Burrow struggled with that. I mean, the Browns didn't. Chubb, I hate to give him any credit because it's the Browns, but I think he's the best running back in the AFC North. But what's it like to try to run in a game like that?
It's better than passing. I tell you that much.
Right.
I mean, hey, I'm from Seattle, so I'm kind of used to any kind of weather, rain, snow, whatever. It's just, hey, I think runners in conditions like that have better days than when it's hot. So, I mean, to each his own, man. It's just about preference, man. It depends on who the back is and the team and what their offensive philosophy. So, dude, games like that, I give it to them 40 times. Anybody.
Right.
And see what they can do with it. Right.
Exactly. Now, Michael here says, do you think it was no preseason or is Joe more injured than he's saying? I think it's no preseason. I don't think the injury had anything to do with it. I just think it's just lack of playing.
I think it's more injury.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Because last year, when you think about the appendectomy,
right?
Joe played it off. And then it wasn't until later in the season that he kind of hinted that he was in worse shape than he thought. Now, my wife, nurse practitioner, noticed the IV. It's like, all right, that's not good. You're not supposed to have an IV, when you're recovering. He's, on a cart with an IV.
You talking about last year
infection.
Still? You talking about last year still?
Last year. He had an infection.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I'm sorry. I've never played any sport at that level, but to come back from that injury on a wet field, it's going to be in my head. I don't know. I don't remember any major injuries you had, Corey.
Oh, well, I MCL tear, tore groin. Yeah,
really?
That'll do it.
I don't remember when you tear your MCL. I don't remember that one.
That was 03.
Really?
That was 03.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Mentally, how much or how hard is it to come back? You know, let's say under adverse conditions, sloppy field. You know, Pittsburgh's always had a shitty field. How is that in your head?
Oh, definitely, man. Especially when you're dealing with your legs, man.
Right.
So you don't know. It's in your mind, man. You might do a certain cut, or the grass or whatever can slip from under you, and you re-injure whatever. Man, that's always in your mind. So, dude, it's best, man, just to get back out there when you're 100%, man. To be honest with you, because if you're somewhere around 60, 70. And then you got that plan in your mind, man. Dude, bad stuff happens. You know what I mean? So, to your what you said, man. I personally just think it was just rust, man. To be honest with you, not having the reps due to the injury, kind of took away some of the timing. I'm gonna charge to that. I think he moved well enough where I don't think it was his calf at all.
But what do you think about the offensive line? Because they didn't play at all in preseason. I mean, Jonah played. I think he was the only one the offensive line that played. And I thought since they played together last year that it wouldn't be as big of a deal this year. Looks like I was wrong again. I mean, how much is of the continuity needs to be more there for the offensive line? Is that from not playing the preseason, or what do you think about
that? I think, man, everybody should play, to be honest with you, man. That's where you gel as a team, getting those reps in with the ones and everybody getting familiar with each other. I mean, sitting out kind of, you see what happened yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. That's what sitting out does. Nobody's, the time is all the way off. Right. So you need those reps, and you need them game reps, right? Them preseason games to figure stuff out. You know what I mean? It's almost like being a golfer. You know what I mean? Right. You're gonna go out. You say you want to play Saturday with some friends. You ain't warmed up. You ain't did nothing, and you expect to go out there and shoot in the 60s.
It doesn't matter to me. I suck either way. I'm terrible.
Me too. But it's not gonna happen.
Right.
You got to warm up and get those practice reps in with golf. It's the same thing with football.
How is it for the we know the blocking scheme for pass protection, but as far as running, how much is that where the running backs got to get used to the offensive line of where the holes are going to be at when they're going to open? Is that a lot of timing? Is that from lack of?
Man, that's a lot. That deals with timing as well.
Okay.
Everything is timing, man. Right. You got to allow them guys up front to get on they blocks, or you're not going nowhere. You know what I mean? That's evidence. So it's all about timing and just being patient. So all that stuff works together, man. And like I said, man, without going out there and being in game situation. Right. Now, game situations are different than practice. You know what I mean?
We're talking about practice, man. We're talking about practice.
We're talking about practice, right? It is totally different. You need to have those preseason games to get a feel for stuff. Get a feel for your plays. Get a feel for everything. So, yeah, they should have played. I think everybody should play a little bit more. You only got what? You only got 2 preseason games now?
3.
3.
They had 3 preseason.
I remember when it was 4. I mean, come on, man.
Well, that's the thing is where I
think 1 series, 2 series won't hurt.
Yeah,
right. That's all you need.
That's where I think the balance comes in, where Zach he wants everybody to be as healthy as they can be, which they were. Other than Joseph Osai, everybody was healthy. Right. But this is the problem you run into. That is you're rusty. So I agree with what Cap said. 1 or 2 series, they got to get in, got to do something.
So devil's advocate, what Zach is thinking is, okay, these guys are saying they're having great practices. Everything, the timing is perfect in practice. They're saying they feel good. They're film room. They're repeating everything back the way the coaches expect. They know their assignments. Everything's rolling. we don't need preseason until you hit that first game one and realize
you got Myles Garrett on the other side.
Yeah. Hey, practice air don't hit back. That's the problem.
Right.
You know, so hey man, you got to get in there with the opponent, man, to get a feel for everything, to be honest with you.
Yeah, now, Corey, the teams you were on, could the players get together and say, Coach, we really need something that Coach wasn't doing? Could you influence the coach, or is it just whatever Coach says?
Well, it depends on where we at now. Now, if we in New England, hell no. You ain't influencing nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, from my experience in Cincinnati and Dick LeBeau being the head coach, great dude, man, great player coach. I love Dick LeBeau. So I'm pretty sure, like, in my time, if any one of us would have went into his office and said, hey, coach, this and that, he would have listened. You know what I mean? And I feel like the head coach there is a player's coach. I'm pretty sure they could go in and if they feel some way about something, he'll sit there and listen, and if it's good, he'll give it a go.
Now, one thing I've heard people say, and I think this is complete bullshit, is that Joe didn't play because he wanted his contract. Like, I think the contract was getting done. This whole thing that he wasn't playing until he got his contract I'm sorry, that's bullshit. I don't believe that whatsoever. I mean, Corey, you know Joe's going to get paid. I mean,
yeah, it's coming.
Reason from not to play other than he was hurt.
I think that's garbage too, man. That dude is a competitor.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes sitting out. I don't.
Right.
He don't like sitting out and missing games. He don't want to do that at all.
Yep.
So on that note, I think that's kind of bogus. I really think he was hurt, man. And that calf is tricky, man. If you mess your calf, you can get blood clots, and man, that thing could travel somewhere else, man. And then it's really some other issues. So I think he did the smart thing of just trying to get healthy and get ready for the season opener, man. And just the timing was just off. I mean, with the whole team, not only him, but just the whole team.
They had 6 first downs. 6. That's it.
Damn.
That's all we got the whole game. I mean, and honestly, I think the defense played pretty good. They were just out there the whole time.
Right.
Go ahead, Greg, what do you got? You haven't got to talk here.
No, like you said, I mean, when their field position is near midfield, someone told me, the defense gave up so many yards rushing. We put them out there like 6 or 7 times in a row. The defense was getting so tired. The offense was like out there for a couple of minutes. The defense was right back. Defense did a great job, but Corey, I mean, you can agree when the defense is out there for so long, they're going to get tired eventually, right?
Definitely, I agree. Definitely, yeah. You got to give them. Hey, man, offense got to have some long drives and keep them guys fresh, man. So, and like you said, man, when they out there a long time, man, that's when mistakes come in and stuff happens. So, offense had to help them out a little bit, yesterday, and they didn't get that help. But it's okay though. They'll be okay.
I heard defenses loved Corey Dillon. Bengals defenses.
They like getting stepped on by Corey. They like,
hey, man, they didn't like when I was running them over, though. I tell you that.
Hey, Corey, Anthony's got a question here. He said, Corey, do you still think the calf they have still been bothering Burrow? He heard it, what was that, June 27th. I mean, it's been over a month. I mean, it's soft tissue. I mean, he said he's never had that before. I mean, do you still think it's bothering him?
It's possible, man. It could be a little sore.
Yeah.
But for me watching the game, I felt like he moved around pretty good. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not down there. I'm not Joe's calf. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Can we borrow you to be Joe's calf?
He moved around well yesterday. It may be a little sore, but I just don't think that was the problem. I don't think the calf was the problem at all.
Well, another thing here, Porkchop brings it up, is Brad Robinson, the ball bomber. He didn't have a very good game punting the ball. I mean, I know he punted that a ton, but he could have. The Browns had better field position than we had the majority of the game. So that was another thing that didn't do good. I mean, there was really nothing, honestly, that went good in this game. There's not one damn thing I go, oh, that was good. I mean, like I said, I think our defense played good. They're just out there too long, Hey, Corey, if we could ever interview Joe's calf, that'd be great.
Yeah. Let's get the calf mic'd up, right? Hey, you guys gotta take this in consideration too, man. Them teams, they are familiar with each other, man.
Right.
So it's not gonna be a cakewalk, man. They pretty much know each other in and out. So one slight mistake, that's the difference in the game, man.
Right, exactly.
So if you got a one-sided ball ain't playing well, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to go on the road and get a win. Matter of fact.
And Brad's got a question here for you, Corey. If I can get it to come up there. There you go. He said, "How would you like to play with Joey B?"
Oh man, dude.
I'd let him be your quarterback.
Dude, hey man, you guys remember Michael Jackson and Thriller?
Yeah.
How the monsters was coming down the street. That's how I beat every game. That's every game. It'd be scary. I'm telling you, it would be scary. That would have been pretty cool, man. I think I have more yards. I tell you that. Definitely.
So what are your thoughts on our offensive line? The way, because you honestly never ran behind a great offensive line. You had the great Willie Anderson and a bunch of other guys. But what is your thoughts on our offensive line and how they looked and how they potentially could look? And I think this is our best offensive line since like 2015. Man,
they got a lot of potential, man, and we shouldn't jump on the whole offense. It's just one game. Let's just take it easy a little bit and give them time. Now, if it's the same performance in 4 games, then let's talk. But I doubt that very seriously. I just think it was rust, the lack of getting out there in the preseason. They will be totally fine. That offensive line, man, I'm telling you, they got to get it going. And when they do, it's going to be lights out, man. The Bengals are good. I mean, very good.
Now,
so
hearing that from you,
I wouldn't worry about this one game at all.
Hearing that from you means way more to me because I've had some random conversations with teammates about some of the people that were acting a fool, some of the coaches, some of the stuff that you had to deal with, that the guys who were actually working their asses off had to deal with on some of those teams. And you know what bad is like. You know what
I definitely know what bad
adversity is like. Like
I know what it's like.
Absolutely. Like we as fans, it's amazing how over the years, social media has brought some of the alums together and stuff like that. So we got to know a little bit more behind the scenes. So speaking from that place, what you just said means so much that you see, like, you know what, it's just one game because you've seen more than just one game. You know what it's like.
Yeah. And besides, I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? Game recognized game, man. That's a good team.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna be in the mix when it's all said and done. So I'm not gonna criticize them for one game because I know how it is, man. It's just one game. And every team at beginning, some teams are rusty. You know what I mean? Just lack of getting reps in the preseason. Mm-hmm. I'm not worried about Joe Burrow.
Right.
That offensive line, the defense, the coaching. I'm not worried about them one bit. They're going to get it together, and teams going to have to watch out for the Bengals. Seriously.
Oh yeah. It's like I said, Corey. I went up down this lineup. Tell me where the hole is. There is no holes in this team. I mean, they played like ash yesterday. They did.
Right.
That's just the whole team, but the talent is there.
It's there.
Yeah,
it is there, man. And it's just, it's just going out there and executing. That's what it's going to come down to, man. Mm-hmm. On paper, man, they're real good. I mean, solid. They are solid on paper. It's just going to boil down to, you know what, one game at a time, going out there executing and just getting the job done, just finishing it off. So
I like this comment here, Corey for ruler of the jungle. I'd be down for that.
Hey man, I'm down too. You know what I mean?
Call Corey up, like, yo,
come
on now.
We'll keep talking about
it. Hey, stop being like that and hook it up. I mean,
hey, if I could hook it up, Corey, I would.
Man, I don't have no problem. I don't know what the hell it is, but I'm gonna ring whatever damn bell or whatever. So or whatever, a stab, whatever you
Stab,
guys
yeah,
do down
stab,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and holler who they all day. That's me. I can do it.
You bring the energy and don't ring the bell like
Not like Tom. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
that was the weirdest thing there. All right. Oh, Greg, what you got anything else, man?
Well, speaking of Tom, so Corey, Joe Burrow has been compared to Tom Brady's mentality, that it factor. I don't know if you ever met Joe Burrow yet, but obviously you played with Tom. Can you explain a little bit what the it factor Tom Brady had, if you can?
Oh man, he demands excellence, man. That's just him, man, and his confidence is off the charts. So, little brief story, like going over to New England and just being in big games and just seeing how calm this dude is, kind of calmed me. Made me, hey, I'm go out there. This is nothing, and I see a lot of that in Joe, man. I'm pretty sure the players is looking at him and in certain situations, how calm he is and collective, and he just goes out there and gets it done, man. He's a leader. He's a leader of men, and that's what you want. That's who you want to play for, a quarterback like that. And Tom Brady was always. There is not one player that I know that will hop on any airways and say one bad thing about Tom, because there's nothing bad to say about this guy, man.
Right.
I can't even make shit up. That's how good he is, man. So, and I see a lot of characteristics in Joe as well, man. So the Bengals got a winner, man. And that
we hit the jackpot, right?
They hit the jackpot. That guy's gonna be good for a long time.
Exactly.
Smart investment. Very smart investment.
Yeah, I just want to he needs to give me the money he owes me now. Which is $0.
And he got it. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, $275. He's got it. $219.
He got it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, one thing we talked about this a little bit off air, which I'm a little concerned. T come out and said that they're not going to negotiate during the season.
Oh, wow.
So that does make me worried that maybe we're not going to get it done with T. I don't know if the Bengals have ever signed a contract with his agent. He has the same agent as Jesse Bates. So that does worry me. But I mean, hopefully if T stay, which I still think
he's a hell of a receiver, dude.
Oh, he's a number one receiver on 90% of the teams in the NFL. If he stay or if he goes, hopefully he leaves with a ring. I mean, that's what we're hoping for. But that's more offseason stuff. He's got this whole year to go. But that's the one. That next thing that concerns me. The other one is my boy DJ Reader. He's a free agent, and I love that dude. He is the straw that stirs the drink on the defense. Watching how he controls the run game and takes on two guys, that's another one that I am hoping that they re-sign. But he is getting closer on the other side of 30. So those are, like I said, that's offseason stuff.
Well, you guys got to understand this too, man. At the end of the day, it is a business, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, man, and people are going to come and go. And that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say this, though, man. I really hate to say this because you know what? There's going to be some casualties, and it's just the nature of the game. But when somebody get paid like that, that means other people are expendable. So, I mean, hopefully, let's cross our fingers, knock on wood. They had the ability to keep that team intact because Higgins and everybody else is deserving to be there, man. And they can just work something out, man. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, man. So let's just pray that everything, stay together and they keep that squad going.
Now, one thing was cool. I did watch the Squealers get their asses whooped by the Sucky Niners.
They got beat down too.
Oh, they got beat down. I loved every minute of it. Loved it. And I hate the Sucky Niners too. I wish both teams would have lost, but I'm glad the Ratbirds lost. So
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what, man, the Ravens didn't look that hot yesterday either. So you know what? This is the Bengals play the Ravens next, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Next one.
Golden opportunity to get back on track. So
absolutely,
it shouldn't be no worries whatsoever.
No, exactly. It's a matter of getting back on track. And if last year's any indication, it took them, I don't think it's going to take him as long. It took him, I think, by week 4 before we started really rolling, and we rolled 10 in a row. So I'm hoping we can get that going week 2 against the Ratbirds. And like I said, they didn't look awesome. I mean, it's a winnable game. It's at home.
Right.
Lamar Jackson, you still don't know how accurate of a passer he is. I don't think that's been proven yet. What do you guys think about Lamar and his passing acumen?
I'm gonna tell you what, he accurate enough, man. You better leave that man alone.
Hey, I'd rather him stay in the pocket than run around and make plays, though. I'll tell you
that young man started. Oh my God! Hey,
he has more wins. He has more wins throwing under 200 yards than I've ever seen.
Right,
it's crazy.
I think what's gonna be a factor early on is just trying to learn that new system and get comfortable with that. So, man, the NFL got some young, nice quarterbacks.
Oh
man.
Yeah.
Yes,
they're all in the AFC.
That's gonna carry the game for a long time, man.
Hell yeah, it is.
I mean, Joe's one of them. I love Lamar, Herbert, and shoot, a lot of other ones, man. I can't name them right now, but
you got Josh Allen tonight is Monday Night Football.
Allen, Hurts. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. So, as a whole, I think the NFL's in a good position for a long time. We got some up and coming and bright superstars, man. To be honest with you.
Absolutely. You got anything else there, Cap?
You know, I got maybe a quick story and a question for Corey about negotiations and stuff. So 2000 had a holdout, and I was a teen. I can't even remember how old I was. I'm not doing the math right now, but signed a contract. I'm in Georgetown, Kentucky for training camp, and for some of the comments that have been made, I like passionate players. When you got a passionate player, they're going to hit somebody, and every now and then they're going to say something that some people question. I'm okay with that. I like real. I like 100%. So, you know, I've heard comments, things like that. Never took anything in a bad way. I'm like, no, I've heard Corey. He's a competitor. He's passionate. He loves what he loves. And knowing some about those teams back then, I'm at training camp, and you came over a little late. I can't even remember the QB.
That ain't the flipping burgers incident. That ain't.
No.
That predates that. Oh,
yeah. I was just, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. I basically came down alone, and kids know where everybody is. It's amazing. Like, little kids know where to be at the right time, and sure enough, you come walking out. No one else around. And it's funny because of how some people would try to characterize your comments, and it stuck with me forever because as a fan, I was nervous. And I said that. I'm like, man, Corey, I was sweating. And you looked up at me and you said, I was sweating and laughed. We had a very short conversation, but you were far nicer than you've ever been to an opposing linebacker that I've ever seen. And this is still.
Look at that.
One of
baby.
my
Look
favorite
at that.
pieces of memorabilia.
Look at that there. Hey, man. Hey, I'm a good guy.
You are a great guy.
You are a good guy, man. I'm a good guy. Hey, man.
Headline: Corey Dillon's a good guy.
Let me tell you guys something, man. And it goes to his point there, man. Yeah, sometimes I say some crazy shit, man.
We all do.
And it's all out of being a competitor. Right. Man, I hate losing. That is, I don't want that in my DNA, losing. That's just was never me. And you guys got to understand, man, I come from winning programs. Right. We won.
Yep.
I never been in a situation where we were losing that much. Mm-hmm. So let me get to this flipping burger stuff, man, because I hear this I hear that BS all the time too, man. So let me ice that for once and for all.
Hey, you're on the right show to ice it.
Yeah, there it is. See? Hey, the timing, baby. Let's market that. Let's put that on the shirt.
Let's go, baby.
Clip that one.
Let me tell you about the flipping burger comment. Dude, the reason I said that was actually we were going in.
Uh-oh.
Private information, man. Nobody knows this but me and now you guys. So we go into negotiations, right? And in my mind, I'm like, dude, you know what? I'm about to get paid. I work my ass off. It's my time. I sat in the car and my agents went in there and they were negotiating. And then they came out. And, you know, I was like, you guys is all out awfully quick, man. What's going on? I mean, what happened?
Right.
And they get to telling me like, oh, Corey, they trying to give you the short end of the stick, comparing you to running backs for less money.
Right.
Man, that pissed me the fuck off, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I was pissed, dude. Like coming from like, man, I've been out here giving my all, breaking my neck, doing whatever, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, I'm not knowing the business side of the game back then. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm young, man. I'm in my 20s.
Right.
I'm a pistol now. I am a pistol. And I'm working my ass off and I'm thinking like, dude, you don't want to pay me for work I've done? Right. Like I've been out there, I've been producing. Mm-hmm. I got film. Right. You can take a look at it. And for them to compare me to somebody who wasn't even in my league, right, man, that kind of set me off. Yep. So that's where the flipping burger comment came from. And for people who may never knew, you just think I woke up and just said, you know what, fuck it, I'd rather flip burgers than play for Cincinnati. Man, come on, that doesn't happen. Right. That doesn't happen, man. There's a reason behind that stuff, man. And take all my comments, man. Put it in a box. Mm-hmm. Just put it in a box. There's reasons behind what I'm saying. Right. Yep. I'm just not saying this stuff for no reason. Right. So, and I hopefully people will understand where I'm coming from. Yeah. Somehow.
Yeah. You know.
And then you know what, dude, this shit could have been iced years ago. Mike Brown, shake my hand, man. Yeah. Let's move on and let's just move forward. You know what I mean? Right. Simple shit. Mm-hmm. Simple stuff. So, hey, man, for what it's worth, I hope in time, the throwing of the equipment, the flipping burger comment, man, can we get past that and move on? Because you know what? Because honestly, this shit is almost old as me. I'm dead serious. Yeah. I mean, we need to move on.
20 years, dude.
That's not what it is right now.
So that's what we do. We get Skyline to let you serve some conies out the drive-through.
There it is.
Actually, full circle, come around.
There it is. And we're done. I mean, come on, man. Hey, you can't keep beating a dead horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, didn't you say the guy that got your helmet, you signed it for him and everything?
Yes, I signed it, man. I signed it for him and everything.
I'm jealous
I think people are just they just misread stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
And you know, I'm a stand-up guy, man. I'm gonna tell you if I'm wrong. I'm honest enough to be like, you know what, I'm dead wrong. Right. I'm dead wrong. But some of the stuff, man, you guys just gotta bear with me sometime. Just bear. There's truth behind what I'm talking about. There's truth. I'm just not waking up saying stuff.
Yeah, I mean the players that have talked about some of the crazy stuff that went on back then. I won't even get into the stuff that I heard under Shula. It's just wild. Like, I'm thinking that lineage. Like you would learn being around the man himself. He didn't learn anything apparently, which is embarrassing. But the entire front office had a different mentality back then. It was decades behind, you know, so contract negotiations, things like that.
It's totally different now. It's
it had started. Like, I honestly believe Mike Brown has rethought his stance on some things, because back in 2015, I was having conversations about an eventual Ring of Honor, and so many people around the front office wanted it. And there was this feeling that I got from conversations that we're just trying to get over the hurdle of, Paul Brown valued team over individual, and some of that is still held on. But the fans, like, if the fans show they want it, if we reach out, we had a lot to do with that. A lot of people talking, a lot of people asking. I think the same thing can happen here.
Thank God for you guys, man. Seriously, man. I'm serious.
It's for you all, because you're going to be Ring of Honor. It's a guaranteed. You're going to be Ring of Honor, and we're going to push for a Hall of Fame same way, because I know in the history of the NFL, never has anyone done what you did to the Broncos. Everyone in the world, there were people in China not watching a game, never understood American football, knew that you were going to run a ball.
They knew Corey was a badass.
And nothing they can do about it. Absolutely.
Nothing.
Nope.
Right.
I've never seen it. No one's ever seen it. I don't care about Jamal getting handed the ball to break the record. No, that's fake. That was a real record that stands in my head to this day.
I appreciate that, man.
No one will ever do that again. That was dominance. That was like 5-on-5 basketball.
And
that was Michael Jordan just taking over a game, but against 11 defenders. That's insane.
And Denver had like the best defense that year.
Oh,
too.
yeah, they won the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Jamal Lewis style. No, it wasn't nothing like that. Yeah, man. Dude, you know what? I appreciate you guys, man, because you know what? You guys are sticking up for me. I like that, man, because you know what? Everybody has some stuff that they're not proud of, man. And it comes down to just, man, people having a conversation and understanding. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's basically what it is, man. It's like, I feel personally anything could be worked out.
Absolutely.
Yes.
With a simple conversation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But being silent about stuff and just letting stuff go, that's how it's being messy. You know what I mean? Right. So hopefully everybody, I mean, whatever you're going through in life, man, in time, man, you can have that conversation and iron some of these differences out, man.
Absolutely. And the thing is, Corey, back then, I mean, you were technically the Bengals offense. I mean, Carl Pickens.
Wait. Hold it right there. So you admit that, right?
Oh yeah.
Why? Hey, listen. So okay, hold this one. So why people get mad at me when I say it?
I don't know. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not sure why they get mad. I'm like, it's the truth. I mean, go back. I watched the games. Corey was the offense. I mean,
thank you, man. I appreciate this, man. It's just, hey, bro. I'm glad you guys, bring me on the show and I get to talk and you guys get a better feel for where I'm coming from.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure, man, there's a lot of confusion out there. I mean, yeah, people gonna get frustrated if all they hear is like if they think I just woke up and talking shit. That's not what it is. You know what I mean? So there's facts behind what I'm saying.
Oh, there is.
And sometimes I said it could come out the wrong way. Definitely.
You're passionate, Corey. You're passionate about
I'm a freaking competitor, man.
Yeah.
You never ran like you were a company man.
Yeah, right.
You ran like you wanted to kill someone.
It doesn't stop. But no, it's just like, man, sometimes, you gotta sit down and have conversations with people to get a better feel. And I'm glad you guys are taking the time and bringing me on, and I get to share, and people get to see a different side, and hopefully it clarifies a lot of confusion.
Well, Corey, we just appreciate you for willing to come on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Man, no problem, man.
I'm still trying not to freak out.
I can talk all day. My lady be trying to get me to shut up and tell me to go to sleep. I'm still talking. So this is what I do.
Corey, I mean, I've said this for not only do you need to be in the Bengals Ring of Honor, dude, you have Hall of Fame numbers. I mean, go look at them. I mean, and you got a Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know what else you had to do to prove to
just because Bettis had offensive lines he had for longer and played in the league like 30 years. He's
he
in.
played like four or five years more than me as well. So this is what I say, man, and hypothetically just speaking, man, it would never happen. But just think about it like this: what do you think if we swapped?
Oh, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Swap me with Bettis.
Yeah, you're in the Hall of Fame
easily.
If you're wearing yellow, you're in the Hall of Fame.
It's a Steeler biased. That's what that is for me. I mean, it's a Steeler biased,
right?
Because your numbers are very, very comparable.
But see, people don't think like, you know what I mean? They don't think like that. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm not gonna sit here and waste my life trying to figure it out either. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I got to live on and be me. And
just know you got a lot of people from a lot of different pockets of the fan base fighting for you, fighting for so many others. So we'll
I
keep
appreciate
fighting.
that, man. I'm seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Now, I got a question. The Pork Chop's asked this a couple of times. I think I asked you last time you're on. Are you going to be coming down to a game at all?
Man, hey, in an RV, yes, sir. I'm coming down RV, John Madden style, baby.
There you go.
Hey, I hate flying. I will come down there in an RV and hop out that RV, and let's do it.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey,
Corey, we got 13 tickets, and none of them are higher than 4 rows from the field.
Oh,
so you tell me the game, and I got you.
Ooh.
I'm taking you up on that offer. How about that?
Deal.
Yes.
You guys, I'm gonna tell you what. You guys will see me this season.
Hell yeah! All right,
yeah, baby. Guaranteed.
Love it. Love it.
Absolutely.
Hey, we gotta act a fool in them stands. Yes, sir. I'll be there.
We do.
Dude, hey, man, I love it. I'm coming. I will be
Let
there.
me know early enough, and I've got row 2 and 102 on the aisle. So it'd be the Bengals tunnel, the Bengals bench. You'd be right there with all the player families. You'd be on camera. Oh yeah.
Even better. I see you soon.
All right.
Definitely. You guys will see me this year. Mark my words.
Hell yeah. Dude. Now we just gotta get you to be the ruler of the jungle for that same game.
This will be a good step.
Yes.
Well, hey, you gotta crawl before you walk now. So we'll make it happen.
When the powers that be see all the love he gets from being in, and Big Willie was saying that on the 50th anniversary, that you were maybe anxious about the reaction, and you came on the field and the crowd went nuts. We were all losing our minds. So hopefully you heard that love.
Man, I do, and you guys got to understand this. There's nothing about me directed towards the fans whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
You guys I hope the fans out there really understand.
We know.
This has nothing to do with the fan base, the city of Cincinnati, anything like that, man. So
we know.
I hope so, man. And
yeah, we know.
Hey,
it was a frustrating time to be a Bengal.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah,
there it is. But you know what? I'm gonna let the past be in the past, man. It's time to start fresh and start something different. And you guys will see me this year, period.
Hell yeah, dude.
I mark my words.
Oh, dude, you got to come hang out with us in lot 1 and lot B. That's where we're. Well,
we're gonna be in lot 1B, 2B, all 3B. We're gonna be all over the place.
That's gonna be awesome, dude. I can't wait. So yeah, definitely get with Cap, and you guys, like I said, let me know when you're RVing down here, and we will hook up. Hey, we can do a live show from the tailgate.
Good idea.
Yeah, we can do it.
Good idea.
Before the game. So yeah.
Ice always got the focus.
Here it is, man. I'm with it. Definitely.
All right, guys. So you got any predictions for the Ratbirds game? You know, guys, score predictions. Defense gonna play better. Offense gonna play better. What are you guys' thoughts on Sunday's game here against Baltimore?
Me personally, they're gonna. Hey, they can only go up.
Yes,
to be honest with you.
That's true.
So, and I think, you know what? I'm gonna make a bold prediction. They're gonna snap back in a good fashion and really give it to Baltimore. That's what I think.
I'm with you because Baltimore's defense it's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still good.
That's
it's
a good
not,
team, but I
it's
just
not
think the
Baltimore
Bengals
level
is
defense, huh?
Baltimore's a good team. I just think the Bengals is way better, and they gonna have a breakout game. Trust
They
me.
need to. Man, we can't start 0-2 in the division. You just can't. Greg, what's your thoughts, man?
You know what? Bengals are pissed off right now. I'm just going to say this 42-17. They're going to be pissed off. They're going to win that game.
That's Super Bowl, but hell yeah, I take that.
I got high expectations.
I'm with that. Okay.
Cap, what do you got, brother?
You know what? I think this is a good oh man, somebody's gonna hear this and be in my DMs. A good get right game.
Slide to your DMs. What are you talking about?
A get right game against the Ravens. Someone's gonna be pissed. But seriously, they unfortunately saw a ton of injuries. I never like winning because of injuries, but they've had some injury prone players the past couple of years. Hey, we went through that. Right around the Andy Dalton stuff, it seemed like we were always hurt. Right. So I know how it feels, but yeah, they're going to be hurting Jamar, T, Tyler. I see us cooking, and we're going to be loud as hell. Like,
dude.
We're all pissed too.
We're going to be nuts. We're going to be nuts.
Oh yeah, it'll be deafening in Paycor. So yeah,
exactly,
absolutely.
All right, Corey. Well, you've been on for 51 minutes, dude. This has been awesome. I really appreciate you coming on. Well, like I said, anytime you want to come on, dude, you've got the floor. Anytime you want to come on, just let me know.
Man, I will come on anytime, man. It's always a pleasure coming on your show, man. I have fun. I get to talk a little shit in the process. Hey, man, and it's always a great time, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome, Corey. Appreciate you, man. I cannot wait to see you down there at Paycor. We're gonna drink some beers. We're gonna have some fun. I'm going to watch the Bengals.
We're definitely setting that up. Trust me.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, Corey. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, buddy. Who day?
All right, thank you very much.
See ya. Who day? That was the great Corey Dillon. That was freaking awesome.
That was so cool. Dude.
Oh my God! Now I can say, "Oh my God!"
Holy shit!
Holy crap! That is so cool.
I was playing it so cool, and the whole time I'm like, "Holy!"
Yeah. Oh my God!
I'm freaking out. Oh my God!
We're going to tailgate with Corey Dillon, dude.
Oh my God!
He's going to be sitting in your seats there, Captain.
I mean, this is awesome.
Okay, so this is what. So my suit already makes it weird, and I'm lucky that I have some friends on the team, because I've heard like from people on the team that I'm like, the suit's weird, man. So it depends on who it is. Like, not everyone's down with it. And then they get to know me and like, oh, he's not like creepy as hell. So cool. But like, trust me, it's hard because it's like, what do you do? I miss out on like autograph opportunities, stuff like that, because I don't hound people because I don't want to be that dude. But inside, I'm that kid that was like freaking out. And literally like shaking, handing his ball over, because it's like, this dude has single-handedly won so many games that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
And like, oh my God, like some people don't like autographs. They don't collect autographs. The adults that are shoving kids out of the way, that's never cool. But like a little buddy that hangs out with us down second row every now and then, Kingston.
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of autograph memorabilia because he's a cute little dude. Mm-hmm. He's charismatic and he's a hustler.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, like, why don't you let me get one? Because I'm this old dude with a beard, like nobody gives a about me, because I still I took this out of a case. I still cherish this. I still go down to the man cave and look and remember that day at Georgetown. Like, that's just who I am. Not everybody likes memorabilia, but like that's a history. That's a time. That's those amazing uniforms and seeing him just run people over. Mm-hmm. It just floors me. So I was a duck in water. Yeah, just calm up top and freaking the hell out.
You used to be quiet coming on the show. I'm like, are you all right, man?
You played it off well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so happy for you.
Show your shirt off, Cap. Nobody saw your shirt yet. There you go.
There you go.
I get it. That, hey, I am now conditioned, which drives me nuts. Let me talk about the fans real quick. Yeah. Drives me nuts that I'm now conditioned. We're a pass-first offense. We are going to live and die by Joe Burrow because it was BS that Mixon got the ball against the 49ers when we should have put it in Joe's hands, when I'm thinking run Mixon, and it just didn't work out on one of the plays because that's what happens. And now suddenly that's all I'm hearing is we should have ran Mixon more, which, I mean, I don't disagree with, but we've got to be – I mean, there were plenty of easy throws that we've got to make that we didn't make. And if we make those, Mixon gets the ball more. Travion gets the ball more. We run the ball more. If we make some of those simple throws, and Zach always talks about that, it's like, well, we got behind our game plan. You miss the easy ones. You going to make it up with a run? Like, they got stuffed a few times. Like, people say, oh, they were just getting in a rhythm. There is no rhythm going against that D-line. Yeah. Like, you might rattle off a couple, and then you're going to get stuffed 3 in a row. Like, I just don't believe that we are run blocking to the point where we can just try to exert dominance like the Browns O-line did to us, conversely. And even then, while they were doing it, while they were trying, we had the same run-pass mix as the Browns for a lot of that game. And then once it started getting out of hand, well, you're not going to see the run. Now, had they started running and it didn't work, that's what some people are never going to be happy. Me, I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust the guy that got us to the Super Bowl to figure it out, because Corey said it. You know, he believes Zach. The players are saying that they want to play for Zach. He's a player's coach. He listens. He cares. If you tell me that Joe Burrow doesn't have a huge hand in the offense and the play design and the scheme, are we saying Joe's dumb? Zach doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and Joe has a hand in it. So Joe doesn't know what the hell he's doing? I don't believe it. No. That's absolute bull. Yeah. So, yes, everybody has a hand in it. Zach is not some kind of psycho that puts on this great facade, but then in the locker room, he's screaming, "No, this is mine. Right. You won't." He's not like that. It's a collaborative effort. He said it a million times. He's got quarterbacks in the playbook. He's got Joe. The wide receivers are in. Give me that story. Anybody that wants to report or talk, give me that story that we hear everybody's actually disgruntled because Zach won't listen to him. I don't believe
heard that. I've never heard that. I mean, everybody loves Zach. I mean, and like I said, this whole thing comes to me. It's just rust. I mean, it's just not playing. That's what all this comes down to is. And I'm more surprised than anybody, especially with the offensive line. I should have learned my lesson last year because I thought they'd be okay. And last year, at the beginning of the season, they didn't play very good. And they did it again this year because they haven't played. And like Dave Lapham says, and I say this over and over again, he said, the offensive line's got to be like one big fist. They all got to be moving in the same direction or the same thing. And that just comes from reps. And you got to master the mundane, as Pollock says. That's what they're trying to do. But sometimes you got to get those game reps to master the mundane. And there's nothing that fixes that other than playing football. Yeah. What do you got, Greg? You got another show tonight, don't you? About 7:00. You need to probably get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I probably got to get out of here. But dude, this was, I tell you what, I first said to myself when I was at work, man, I got to go 3 shows dealing with the loss. But I tell you what, this show especially, this just literally picked me right back up. I had such an awesome time, Cap. I'm so glad you got to come on with us. Corey Dillon. I mean,
thank you all for having me.
It's such a pleasure having Corey Dillon on. I mean, just seeing how grateful he is just to be talked. That is just so cool.
That's the thing is I just want to give him the platform to get his thoughts out there because I just think
he's real. There's nothing wrong with being real. We've all been there. We've all had those comments. You know what? Yeah. If you disrespect me, hey, I've had my little Twitter timeouts, temporary suspensions because people going after the wife, people going after you saying the wrong thing to me. I'm sorry, I am not a saint. So I totally get that. I'm going to say I'm trying to get better. I haven't been suspended in a while, but he's real and I appreciate real.
Exactly. All right, Greg, appreciate you. We got rally at 7:00 tonight.
Rally at 7:00.
All right. See you then.
See you guys.
Easy, boys. Who day? All right, Kat. That was a pretty good first show. Even though we lost, I kind of like that. That we need to have Corey on more often.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude. I'm still freaking out.
Me too, dude. I like this is I can't thank people enough for watching the show and supporting the show and giving us this platform, because it's. I mean, nobody watches the show. Corey Dillon ain't coming on. Let's be honest. Nobody supports the show. Corey Dillon's not coming on. I'm not going to get Mark Duffner on. I'm not these Bengals coaches. So I appreciate everybody who supports the show and watches it and stuff. And I can't wait. We got to get the whole Corey final when he's coming down here. He said he's going to RV it down here.
Hey, Ice. How much more time we got? Can we extend this?
There you go. Good. What do you got?
I'm just going to rip through some comments because there's a lot of stuff there. People talking about rust, people talking about rhythm. I think we discussed that well enough. I'm not going against Corey, saying he thought it was just rust.
Right.
I still,
hold that thought. I'm going to give you something to drink. Hold
right.
on. You keep talking.
I think Joe Burrow is the type of guy. I may have heard that Joe wanted a little more action than he got. But you got to save him from himself. I mean, he had a sleeve on his calf and he's out there. I don't know Joe well at all. I've barely gotten a chance to talk to him. I've talked to his parents more and relatives more than I've gotten to talk to him. But Joe strikes me as the kind of guy that he's going to internalize a lot of stuff and not in a bad way. He's just like, he's going to overcome. He's going to deal with it. Like injuries part of the game, soreness, pain's part of the game. He's just not going to. You're not going to take him out of the game. You're not going to take him out of a practice. So sometimes you've got to save him from himself. I think Zach did that a little bit there.
Well, that's like Corey said. Corey said Joe doesn't like missing anything.
Yeah.
No reps, no practice, nothing.
Holmes, give a little credit to the Browns defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Browns. So I still feel like you have better throws from Joe, just like the opening game last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all saw my tweet, but he had a 40 or 54 pro football grade, focus grade
this year or last year.
I think they're very, very good at grading quarterbacks. 54 last year, opening day. 43 yesterday.
Yeah.
I kind of figured it'd be low 50s. I didn't think it'd be in the 40s. So they were very, very hard on him.
Right.
They're going to look at, was anybody open? They're going to look at how, did the pressure get to him? What was his responsibility in a certain play? They're not going to know everything, but they're going to try to figure it out the best they can. What they don't know, and what I know NFL coaches have worked with them about, are some of the play design and where the ball should go, because some of these concepts, we're learning. Film analysts on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, they're talking about it. Some of them, ex-quarterbacks, some of them just you and I.
Yeah.
They'll talk about it. What they don't realize is they realize it, but they don't explain it. So people reading it, it doesn't hit them. You don't know what the play was supposed to do. You don't know. Hey, so-and-so ran a drag here.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the ball should have went there. They ran the wrong route.
Yep.
We don't know that. All we can go on.
And we'll never know that either.
Exactly. That's why when I had better connections for a while to ask those questions of coaches. Mm-hmm. And I'm scared to ask. I could ask. I'm not going to. Like, I don't want to be weird about that, because in the end, what does it help if I know what was supposed to happen? I can't tell anybody. I can't put that on Twitter. I can't help out. Not that anyone's watching me to game plan for the Bengals.
But they're looking for any advantage they can get.
Data analysis, some of the machine learning and AI out there to scrape comments just in case there's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's happening. Trust me. So I don't care. I don't want to know, but I know in the past there have been very big gaps between what we thought we saw as a fan and what actually happened in the film room. Now, Marvin Lewis used to have chalk talk.
Right.
I went to every single one every year. It was one of the most amazing events. And to have him be able to break down film, especially at comments from whoever was announcing on CBS or wherever, hey, so-and-so said, you're reading a blog, and he'd answer those questions. It was phenomenal. And it's amazing how much we really don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you listen and you see people throwing out chart, the ESPN chart. Yes.
Yeah.
No, NFL next.
Okay.
Next gen.
Yeah, next gen stats, yeah.
Everybody immediately looking at the Jamar chart, and there's nothing in the middle. They're like, how are we not running routes in the middle? That's not what that chart says. Those are the times he was targeted. So all the times he was in the middle and he was there way more than we were talking about.
Right.
Joe didn't throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so back off the ledge. Zach isn't this terrible play designer, play caller. We got to do a better job of getting our guys the ball where they should be getting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that could be Joe. Part of that could be Zach calling the play in the wrong situation.
It's all of it's
we don't
combined.
know.
Yeah, I think it's all combined. It's
always going to be a little head coach.
Yeah.
Head coach will never, ever get away from responsibility. No. But if Joe throws on target, we win that game.
Right. And
I wholeheartely believe that. We win that game.
Yeah. And Cap, he was off yesterday. I mean, the throws he made, he was
and
off.
I'm okay saying it.
Yeah, it's true.
He is the man. He is the NFL accuracy leader historically. Mm-hmm. He's going to get that back. He's normally high 60s, 70%. I know it was rainy, but I don't care. Like he would have found a way to get it done. He's played in wet ball conditions before. I will say, if you think back to some of the video, I think it was Dan Horde had some video of the spray bottle on the football. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we need a garden hose. I think the spray bottle is not enough. Right. I volunteer to bring a garden hose. I'll rent the truck with the water if I have to. Wheel out the 300-foot hose, and I will hose that thing down. Oh, I almost slipped. So a lot of love for Chad Johnson, Corey Dillon in chat. I love that. Jocko Johnson, Corey Dillon broke the rushing record with Scott Mitchell throwing 3 passes. Also, what was it? It was we had less than 100 yards passing. Achilles Smith had 93. I feel like somebody look it up, but it was pathetic. They knew we were going to run the ball,
and they couldn't stop him. And they couldn't stop him. That's what was
at the Dillon game, dude. I'm so jealous. That's insane. Lots of talking about beers with Corey. That blows my mind.
That's gonna be awesome.
Let's see. Yeah, pork chop. I told you. Yeah, my DMs are a mess. Everybody knows that. I'm so bad. I'm caught up sort of right now. So if you need to DM me,
should I just text you the link next time, or should I do it on the DM still? What's easier for you?
Keep it up now, but I'm changing everything about what I do. Eventually, it's going to be text because I have an app that I get Twitter DMs, Instagram DMs, Facebook messages, SMS, text, everything in one app. And I'm so excited. It's going to change my life because I am all over the place. I'm a mess. Fiji, Cap's a good man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Chris.
Back. That's what Chop's asking.
Oh my God, I forgot about Blind Tiger.
His own show.
I forgot about Blind Tiger.
That's how messy he is.
I am a mess. If anybody sees this and like I saw somebody basically called me a clown yesterday for making fun of Lamar. I was hurt. I want to make fun of Lamar. I'm going to do that. They would do it to us. I got the clown treatment. It's a dude that I've drank with at the tailgate, and I'm following him, and he had me unfollowed. I'm like, well, what the heck? And I'm never like that. I'm not petty like that. I unfollowed him, but I looked at the interaction. That dude DM'd me last year a few times. I never responded, and I am so sorry. You don't understand. Randomly, I'll get 60 or 70 DMs.
More than I get.
I don't understand because I'm nothing special, but I'll say something and it'll be a combination of people asking about an upcoming game and then cybersecurity. And I always try to get to the cybersecurity questions because we're talking about people's career and livelihood. But anyway, I'm a mess. I'm getting better.
Too, you know.
Yeah, I'm getting better. But Chris said the show helped him get over depression from yesterday's performance. I always dread this show after losses. I almost honestly, I teeter on depression-ish stuff. And I was about to text Ice here and say I couldn't do the show. And I pushed through it. And I'm glad I did because every time that I'm thinking I'm going to tell him I can't do it, and then I come on, I feel so much better. That's why I'm always here every Monday. So I thank you, Ice, for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, man.
A lot of people loving the show. A lot of people saying get him an orange suit. Are you talking Corey Dillon?
Yeah, they want you and Corey to both have orange suits on.
That would be hilarious. I wouldn't do that.
That would be awesome. You'd be like twins, man.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta get him with a big beard too.
Let's see. Els ran Chubb down our throats. Yeah, they did. They always do. Hey, we bottled them in Cincy the last game. Yeah. And we bottled them for most of the game, which kills me. I saw some tweets. People were talking, oh my God, Stefanski's game plan. It was amazing. Somebody said it got better as the game progressed. No kidding. Speaking of Captain Obvious, you mean to tell me the Bengals constantly going 3 and out on offense and our defense seeing the field for like 800 minutes?
We got 6 first downs, Cap. We got
their
6.
Offense got better against our defense the longer the game went on? Really?
That was shocking.
Son of a bitch. Like, give me a job doing whatever they're doing. I'll do my job and their job. Like, you couldn't be more. No kidding. I hope they give Zach that kind of ignorant love when Zach does something that has absolutely nothing to do with him. Get low. Do you think Joe's healthy enough for these tough division matches? So soft tissue injury, I worry about weird like hyperextensions, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The offensive line's got to get it together.
Yes.
Joe's either got to get rid of the ball. Now, Zach said something that I don't see anybody talking about. Once again, I didn't have enough time to tweet about it. I'm working and I'm here. So Ice gets it. I want you all to think about this, clip it, and talk about it if you want. Clip the video. I really like that hat. I have ADD, Ice. That's a good-looking version of those hats. Anyway, so Zach said something about the impact of the rain and the quick passes. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, that defensive line, of course that's going to be a big part of the game plan, is getting rid of the ball quickly. Joe, that causes even more problems because you got to get rid of it quickly. You got to have grip. So you've got to seat your grip as quickly as possible. That might be why we saw some of the like push passes.
Well, the one he threw to Smith, our tight end, Irv Smith.
Yeah, Irv,
it went. Whoop, oh my God, that thing slipped out of his hand.
Yep.
I mean, that's what they brought up the tiny hands thing, and like, get out of here with that.
Yeah, no, I mean that was different. The preseason play, you know what? I will just come out and say it. I can't be wishy-washy. I am all for them playing a series or two in the preseason. Maybe one series before the penultimate game. I knew that word. And then maybe 2 to 3 series in the final game.
Right.
I'm a fan of. And you know what? Here's the thing. If somebody gets hurt, somebody gets hurt. Pat Mahomes was playing.
Aaron Rodgers even played.
And even better, let the players dictate that. If the offense wants to play, the defense is cool because it looks like the defense doesn't need to. Wow.
They look. Defense looked good yesterday, other than the fact they were on the field the whole time.
The only thing they had some miscommunication later, but I mean, I think you're going to have that when you're constantly on the field.
Right. Exactly.
Not usually Zach Critic, but Mixon got 13 attempts. So Mixon got a lot of attempts earlier. He had a 12-yard run and a 22-yard run.
Let me look it up here. Hold on a second.
Something like he had some big chunks. Yeah, 34 total. Yeah, out of 12 and 22.
56 yards running.
Look at the drive.
As long as it's 22.
Yeah, he rattled off 12.
Mm-hmm.
Travion came in. Travion slipped one. It would have been a big gain. And not Travion's fault.
No, I love Travion.
Then I think Travion had 5. And then that's when Burrow went deep to T. It was not Burrow's best throw, or it would have been
a great catch,
huge gain, and it would have broken that game open.
T almost had that one-handed. Is that the one you're talking about down the sideline?
Now, if Joe would have thrown it back shoulder, T comes down with it and maybe loses his guy, walks in for a touchdown. 2020, whatever. I don't care. But I mean, you want to make those big plays. That was he almost had T again on the left side.
Yep.
If it weren't for pressure, or maybe if he would have set his feet a little bit more, whatever. I've seen Joe make those plays.
Mm-hmm.
Joe wasn't making those plays yesterday. I don't mind saying that. Like, I think, what if Joe's family sees me saying that, and I talk to them.
Agree with you. I mean,
and I hope they know it's out of love, because I know
Absolutely.
Joe can throw that ball behind his back and complete it. Like, he's just that man. I say that because I'm not worried. I know he'll rebound.
Well,
everybody's saying, "Oh, Zach's play calling, blah blah blah." It's not true to the extent people are saying it.
It's not play calling when you don't have time to throw the ball, and when you're throwing it, you're off. I mean, that has nothing to do with play. That's
but if it were true, we're screwed.
Right.
You don't want to talk about that. You don't want it to be true, because it's not getting fixed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That would be the worst thing in the world. We're going to have a horrible season if all of those little pockets of Zach sucks were right, because that means our season's toast. Mm-hmm. That would be terrible. So no, I'm not going to buy into it just because I don't want to believe it. But also, when you look at the facts, Joe could have checked into a run on that T throw, I'm pretty sure, or what, I can't remember if he checked or didn't check. But anyway, Brian, hey.
I haven't seen this one. It says lunacy that people are suggesting T played that way because Joe got paid. I haven't heard that. That people are thinking that. That's just flat dumb.
Now I did say I was worried about Kelsey's comments and how that would affect the psyche, because here's the thing. I get it. These guys are professionals. These guys have played he played in the Super Bowl. T had an amazing touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We're all human.
Mm-hmm.
T's human. Corey Dillon, we heard it right there. He's human.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think T would read that and feel something? And this reminded me of Andrew Whitworth.
Mm-hmm.
His agent told Andrew Whitworth that they basically didn't value him.
Right.
I take issue with that, because you know what? I've heard that some of the negotiations on the Bengals side are as brutal as some of the agents giving them hell.
That's where the business side comes out.
Yeah. What do you think? Okay, I'm representing the Bengals, and I'm going to tell T's agent, we adore him. He is an integral part of what we want to do, and we don't want to pay him what you're asking for.
Right.
You can't do that. I've been in sales. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, anyone who's bought a car and didn't want to pay sticker price.
Right.
You see your perfect car. I don't need it. It's all right. I wish it was in a different color. Trying to think, oh shit, what color does Ford not make in an F-150? I wish it was metallic orange, bright metallic neon orange. They don't make that color.
They need to.
You do whatever it takes to get the deal. I wouldn't expect an agent to then feed that to the player unless they wanted to screw over the Bengals and they wanted that player out.
Right.
So many things could have happened differently with Whitworth. Now, I don't think our negotiators are without fault there, because Andrew later said, if they would have just said, hey, we love you, we want you to be in Cincinnati, we value you, we appreciate you, please, he would have done it. Ah, man, I don't want to talk to agents. I want to talk to the players.
Right.
I mean, I'm fighting tooth and nail, not saying, hey, Mama T, we love you guys, please stay.
Right.
Because the agents don't always have the player best interest at heart. They've got their paycheck at heart. Mm-hmm. They brag about these big time agents. Entourage. It's not completely Hollywood. Right. They brag. They throw parties. They brag. They celebrate on these big contracts. Mm-hmm. T would be best in Cincinnati with what we're building right now. I guarantee it. I'm not being a homer. I guarantee it.
I'll put it this way. It's kind of like Duffner said on the show Monday when he was talking about Lou moving to coach somebody else. He goes, that better be a really good freaking job, and that better be something close to what you got here, because what you got here is unbelievable. And that's kind of the statement with T right now. If they do let him go and he goes somewhere else, you got to have the quarterback, you got to have the offensive line, you got to have the offense for you. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be the same, I always reference to TJ Houshmandzadeh. I love TJ, but he left and went to Seattle, and he never really, his career ended a couple years later in Baltimore. So I mean, you
know how many girls I broke up with thinking that next one, like, oh man, this one. And then a couple of weeks in, I'm like, oh my God, I did it again. That's why when I finally found the one to marry, I'm always telling my younger friends, like, dude, you do not know what that other girl is like. She's got issues you have no idea. And that's not an offense to women. No. I'm just trying to keep these guys faithful and loyal. But seriously, you don't know. The grass is not always greener. In fact,
it's usually not.
I'd say 99% of the time it's not, unless you're in a horrible situation. If you're in a horrible situation on the football field, in a relationship, whatever, get the hell out, get what you deserve. We're going to appreciate the hell out of T. We're going to love T. T, please stay. Yes. I hope they get into something.
Think they're going to tag him? I mean, that would be the next step if they don't sign him. But I mean, this is all next year.
I don't. They're not going to not tag him. If they can't reach something, they're going to tag him.
They're going to have to.
So Bengals fans, get ready. If his agent advises him to hold out, it's a holdout. T's got talent. I don't think T needs a training camp. He holds out training camp and shows up and starts playing. I'm okay with that. Like, he's good. I hope they reach an agreement though, because Joe could influence that. Now, I don't know if the Bengals are lowballing him, like really lowballing him.
But they have this thing is they haven't really lowballed anybody yet. I mean,
exactly.
They're not getting the highest, but they're not lowballing people. That's where I'm like, I don't know. I'm not in negotiations.
They're in the ballpark.
Yeah,
but they're just like with the Joe contract. Mm-hmm. There was architecture to be talked about. It wasn't necessarily the number. It was some finer points, some sub bullet points of how we got there that they had to work out.
Right.
And honestly, I think it's great on both. Brian, send us on Twitter, X, whatever. Let's enjoy the ride. If T walks, you did, and I appreciate that. We can't freak out about that stuff. I know a lot of people.
We don't have control either. I mean,
yeah.
T is here for this year and most likely next year because they could tag him. I mean, it is what it is. That's what it's for.
Everybody, every time T touches the ball, he's going to hear T so loud. Poor Chop. Oh yeah. Augie said, we're special. That's funny. And then Poor Chop says, no, you are special, Cap. I am in a lot of ways. I am neurodivergent. So I am proud of it. Thank you. Shout out to all my neurodivergent people. Paul Painter should have run the ball. Conditions, like, I get it, but footing, Travion slipped. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I personally, again, I'm not going to back that down.
Yeah.
I am convinced I have been brought to the side of passing league and Joe Burrow. If I'm going to commit to the pass, I I'm not going to expect Joe to continually miss targets. You know,
right.
So what? He started out the first half was a bit rough. So you just say, "Oh no, we're going to run the ball. We're not going to let Joe touch it." Joe's not going to like that. I bet Joe every one of those passes he thought was going to be a touchdown.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, you know what? You live by the sword, you die by the sword. If that sword is, Burrow.
Augie doesn't know what that means or how to spell that. what you called yourself?
Oh, man, I'm on a roll tonight. And we're almost to the end. Yeah, T's a true number one. Paul Painter, absolutely. Brandon, tagging him for sure. Yep. Brandon, they could tag him twice. Absolutely. Yep. Holmes. Remember, they're also planning on Chase's contract extension, so they may be lowballing him, but yeah, it's out of our hands. That's what's tough because Jamar's going to get paid. I don't. You know what? I don't even want to go there. Good point. You've got a great point. That's probably part of it too. Jeffrey Rice, love T. Hope he stays, but may try to reconnect with Lawrence. You know what? I never thought about that. That would, depending on the money, that
he'd go there. He'd be their number one wide receiver.
And depending on how he loves Lawrence, I don't know. Like I think Lawrence is a little weird. He might not be weird. I think he seems a little weird.
I know. Talking to Mama T about it, she, in her opinion, Burrow is up here, Lawrence is down here, but that's what nice. She said. I think last year on my show. So anyway,
I just gotta hope it works out. And honestly, we saw how New England did it, and it was a constant revolving door of the right contracts. But when it couldn't be, it was people making sacrifices. Now, I do think the way they structured Burrow's contract allows us to be more creative. And I said that. That part I knew. Little leaks here and there. Some people might think I'm absolutely full of it. No. I heard there'd be some creativity. I like how the later years.
Right.
It's not until what, 2029?
I honestly, I haven't looked at all the details, so I
look at it, and it's interesting because the average, bumps up a bit in one of those later years. So we've got some room. So they're thinking ahead to the cap increases each year. So we'll have that room to sign some guys to big contracts. Maybe it's going to require Chase finding out what Chase wants and then bring T along because everything works out and the cap keeps going up. Boom. Now they got it.
Brandon here says supposedly Burrow's contract is front loaded.
So I saw like guarantees, like cash payouts and stuff, but I think I'm not a cap guy. I
know 219 is guaranteed. I know that.
Yeah, but I feel like the cap hits were bigger as the years went on, which is good. Lawrence will be getting paid soon too. So yeah, that's going to be an issue. Wide receiver tag is like $29 million. God, I hope not. Somebody, you know what? It's not going to be on this show, but we'll look that up and maybe talk about it on Twitter or something. But yeah, I don't think it's that high. If it is,
I don't know what it is.
If it is, it's going to hurt us negotiating. Like, oh, you're willing to pay him $29 million in 1 year, but you don't want to pay him, $20 million. Blah blah blah. Holmes, I like Kev's story when he was yelling at the guy peeing on the truck. I forgot. I have a short memory sometimes, but yeah. Hopefully nobody pees on it this year. So
hey, if it means the Bengals win, I think you'll be okay for it.
Yes, we'll be back to that. That'll be the first team needs to rub some dirt on it and play some preseason Who Day 22. Yeah, I think we need to be that team.
Painter
Paul
says
Burrow contract allows a 2-year window. The bonus won't affect the cap. Okay. I trust. So the team, the front office, a lot of lawyers, a lot of very smart people, a lot of Ivy League grads who understand contract negotiations. I think in the past, they understood what other teams were doing. They thought it might have been a mistake. Mm-hmm. Now we've got how many years of proof of people being creative. They're still around. Not all of them, Like, I think the Rams screwed themselves. Yes, they bought Lombardi, but honestly, they needed referee help. I'm not comfortable like mortgaging the future and praying the referee side on no, that's not going to happen. So let's do it the right way. Other teams that have had cap issues, and hey, if Deshaun Watson doesn't pan out, Cleveland could have a great year and still not come close to what they're hoping for or what he's worth.
Deshaun really didn't look all that good, to be honest.
No.
I mean, they won, but he really didn't. I mean, other than the touchdown one he had.
I can't make excuses for Joe talking about a wet ball,
right,
and not give Deshaun the benefit of the doubt. It's just that Joe has corrected mistakes from bad games, dry balls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I would hopefully his balls will be dry on Sunday. But he's corrected his mistakes.
Right.
Deshaun, I mean, I've seen Deshaun put up big numbers in garbage time, but I've not really seen him be that Joe Burrow type of QB. So I don't think, I don't think that was indicative of just a wet ball. I think Deshaun's balls are more than wet. I'm so sorry.
Oh God.
I don't know how else to say it.
All right, Chop, what are we doing for Dale and Matt's birthday in lot 1?
That's a good question. Let's talk about it when we're not live.
That way they don't know. All right, Cap, man, I appreciate it, dude. I've missed this. This has been fun. I don't know. Tell everybody where to follow you. You gonna have the Blind Tiger? Well, come see lot 1. I don't know, whatever.
Okay, anybody, real quick. Does anyone want to see the Blind Tiger back? Like,
I do.
I've forgotten. Poor Chop. I'm not saying that, but that's funny. that gives me some ideas.
God.
Anybody watching this after the fact in YouTube, don't read through the comments and line up what I'm talking about.
Right, exactly.
Paul Painter, thank you. Fiji and Augie, thank you. I might have to figure that out. I've been working on some other side projects, and if it's coming back, there's going to be a makeover. Ooh. So we're good there. Bengals captain everywhere. I've got a lot of fakes out there. Kick them when you see them, but I'm blessed that a lot of you care about what I have to say. So there's a lot of followers. So, if somebody says something stupid and there's not a lot of followers, it's not me. I don't have any backup accounts at all. So when I say something that finally gets that permanent ban, I'm out. I'm done. See ya.
Deuces. All right, Cap. I appreciate you, man. You ready to do this again next Monday?
Yes. For Victory Monday, I will have my homage Victory Monday shirt on instead of Run Mixon.
Yeah, may I have to reach out to Corey, see if he comes back on Monday too. Never know. See you, brother.
I'm going to end up getting booted, and Corey will be the permanent co-host. And I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, oh, yeah. It's like if my wife left me for Joe Burrow. It's like, hey, all right, let's go, Joe.
All right, Cap. Appreciate you, brother.
I'm going off the rails.
Who day, brother?
Who day?
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Cap's awesome. Greg's awesome. Corey's awesome. I'm glad Corey gets to get on here and set the record straight. He's a good dude. Oh, God. Cap is showing off his shirt in the background. But yeah, I appreciate Corey Dillon coming on and just vibing with us, man. Corey's going to be in Cincinnati. He's got to get with Cap, find out what game. He's going to be RVing down here. He doesn't fly, but he'll be hanging out with us in lot 1, lot B, lot 2. He said all of them. All the above. But let me get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream, and I appreciate every single one of them. They are Who Dey Nation, Who Dey Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and then you follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, and TikTok. Twitter X is at Jeff A. Trinopole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I'll be pulling this out later on tonight. If you missed any of the interview with Corey Dillon or any of the crazy stuff the Cap said, check it out. It's on Beanpod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, you guys are awesome. 2,342 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Appreciate the hell out of it. But if you're watching anything else and you haven't subscribed, go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice, and please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Tomorrow on the show, I got WWE superstar Angelo Dawkins. Well, of course, we're talking some Bengals. Have to see what his thoughts are about the game and moving on to Sunday versus the Ratbirds. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful night. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!